Hello again, YouTube. Saturday, October 28th, 2:07 p.m. And I'm on my way home from what I would have to say is the best night I've spent at Priscilla's place in ages. I'm wanting to say ever. At least, her current place. Things were different at her old place. Things were different about the place. Things were different about our relationship. But yeah, last night was pretty much awesome. I didn't vlog last night when I went out. I was in kind of a funk. I ended up going to sleep after driving around Michelle. Came home. I think I edited and uploaded a chapter of my vlog, and then just went to sleep. Slept hard, slept really good, which I didn't sleep very well the night before, so that was a good thing. But when I woke up, it just had me really, I don't know, I was just not in a really good headspace. And Priscilla called, and we talked on the phone a little bit, and I don't know, I felt like she kept me on the phone longer than I wanted to be on the phone. I didn't want to hang up on her or be rude or anything, but just sometimes to be honest, most of the time, I'm really not in the mood to talk on the phone. I'm not a big fan of talking on phones in general, and I was actually in the middle of editing one of my vlogs, so I really didn't appreciate the interruption of her calling, but when she called, I'm going to answer it. And yeah, I just really wanted to get back to what I was working on. And she's, want me to come pick her up and take her to Wander In. And okay, I'm mostly down with that. Also wanted me to take her to Carl's Jr. And yeah, not as much into that. By the way, Carl's Jr.'s got a new AI talking AI thing at their drive-thrus now. And it is not anywhere near as enjoyable as the one over at Rally's. Kind of annoying, actually. Anyway, I was not in a really good headspace. I ended up being a half hour picking her up late, but that was fine. She's living on CPT anyway. I don't think she was really ready until I showed up a half hour late. So, but yeah, I ended up going to Wander In. My best friend who I rolled with up to the Eclipse showed up. I really wasn't expecting him. Like, he texted me earlier and asked me, what I was doing tonight, and I was like, same shit, Wander In. And I didn't think that would appeal to him enough to drive this far to come out, so I was glad to see him, but on the same token, like, I was not feeling very sociable at all, and I'm actually kind of glad I went through the motions and went there. Only sang 2 songs. The first one that I sang was, I don't remember what the first song was that I sang, but it seemed like when I started singing it, most people just kind of left, and it didn't really hold the crowd, and didn't get a whole lot of response for it. And I felt like I sang it well, I think a lot of it was the fact that I was just in I was probably putting off the, hey, stay away from me kind of vibes. And I was feeling better towards the end of the night. But yeah, the last song I sang was Give Me Love by George Harrison, which I've only probably sang a couple times before. And man, I think I had a couple of places where my timing was a little bit off, but I haven't heard that song in a long time. But overall, yeah, I feel like I knocked that one out of the park. Anyway, I need to focus. I got the Halloween party that I'm doing up in North Scottsdale for the family that I normally do their Christmas party for. 2 years in a row I've done a Christmas party. Today, they're not doing a Christmas party this year, so they decided to hire me for a Halloween party, which is much appreciated, and is honestly the only thing that's getting me through this month, paying all my bills. Going into this weekend, I guess the party was confirmed maybe a little over a week ago, but up until that, and me knowing that they're a sure thing and they're not going to back out on me, I was really worried how I was going to cover all my bills this month. Like I've got enough money for my rent, but I don't have enough money for my rent and my storage rent. And yeah, that's a problem. And there's other bills as well. So, Cox Cable is paid. I actually paid that one on time. Still haven't gone at the debt on my power bill, but I'm getting there. I am. Anyway, biggest problem I have right now is I need to be able to move all my stuff to do this gig. And right now my car is still insanely cluttered. And I think the best thing I can do at this point is take my recycling over to Package Store. I mean, used store. God, they've only changed names how many years ago? Anyway, so I'm gonna work on that right now and try to have some files being worked on, like converting, because I got my computer up and running right now. I got it going last night. So I'm trying to get a few files converted for that I might play tonight, just to kind of update like my most mainstream pop stuff, since I haven't really been updating my stuff in the last year. And I was really worried about not having a key to my storage, you know, because a while back, a few weeks ago, I lost my keys at work, and I had the key to my main storage unit on that key ring. Well, I've been missing the keys to my other two storage units for ages. I mean, it's not like I've looked for them. I haven't needed them. I've just needed in the big one. That's been fine. And those other ones are fine, just being locked. Not a big deal. But yeah, since I lost my main apartment key ring that also had my main storage unit key on it, I've been really worried about, well, what do I do with that? And the recycling's been stockpiling up, not only in my car but in my apartment. And yeah, today's the day I kind of handled that. I have plenty of time until the party. I don't think the party is till 6. I have to be there till 5, so plenty of time. But yeah. Anyway, well, Priscilla stayed the night with me, not last night, but the night before. Wow, I've had two, like, shall I say, satisfying nights of adult fun with Priscilla in a row. It's been quite a long time since that's happened, so I admittedly like where this is going. I don't feel like I ask for a lot in a relationship, but I do ask that my sexual appetite be met, at least an attempt at it. And I've just found with me, like most everything else tends to fall in line when that's taken care of, at least for me. Wow, this sounds like new Smashing Pumpkins. I love Smashing Pumpkins, but it's been really, not to hate on their new stuff, but it's been a long time since anything new with them has resonated with me. And this is definitely not Pumpkins now that I'm hearing it a little more closely. But I got excited thinking maybe there was something new Pumpkins I was going to dig on. I keep hoping it'll happen. And how about that new Stones album? Holy shit, that's good. I mean, if the Stones can come back in 2023 with a new album that does it for me, I mean, my God, Mick Jagger's 80 years old now. If they can come back with an album that does it for me, it's not outside the realm of possibility for Smashing Pumpkins. Anyway, staying the night. Priscilla was here staying the night with me night before last. I forget what I was looking for, but in the process of trying to find what I was looking for, I found my storage key ring, which has keys for several different specialty locks that I have, as well as all my storage units. So, oh yeah, trying to get ready for today's gig would be a completely different animal had I not just found that, but I know exactly where that is. So on that note, I need to get on get on working on that stuff. Well, in my usual fashion, I'm letting the day get away from me. I'm by no means in a time crisis yet, but I haven't got as much done since I got home as I really should have. So it's now 3:55 p.m., still Saturday, October 28th. I'm DJing / KJing a Halloween party tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, it's some people that I've been doing Christmas parties for the last 2 years. Both years in a row, the pay from this gig has pulled me out of a financial bind. I was really hoping by now I wouldn't be in such a tight struggle for money, but yeah, kind of I am. Actually, come to think of it, last year it wasn't quite as bad of a situation. I was making pretty good money this time last year over at Amazon. But yeah, I ended up doing this gig. Actually, if I remember right, what the deal was with this gig last year being a Christmas party, not a Halloween party. If I remember right, the biggest deal I was dealing with last year was mandatory overtime coming from Amazon, and then the show I was doing weekly at Bullock's Cocktails, kind of creating a situation where I was extremely burning the candle at both ends and didn't have time to deal with everything. And what I ended up doing was quitting Bullock's, which, you know, that feels like ancient history now. It's kind of hard to believe that was only a year ago. In fact, it was less than a year ago. A year ago, I was still working Thursday nights at Bullock's Cocktails. In fact, I very distinctly remember last year my Halloween show, and one of Honey's friends, there go my tripods, my speaker tripods. Hey, look, they got the resurfacing done over here. Doesn't look like they're doing the whole street, though. It looks like they're just doing the right 2 lanes. Feels like an improvement. I'm hoping they're not done. Well, I'm hoping they do a little bit more with the intersection here. Although it's possible they might not, because this is one of those little spots where some of it is ADOT's responsibility and then some of it is City of Phoenix responsibility. So I'm not sure how they coordinate maintenance in spots like that. So yeah, I remember Honey's close friend, she kept saying it was her sister. I'm not thinking they're biological sisters. They have way too radically different physiques to be sisters. I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but yeah, because Honey's more than a little on the big side, and her friend is beyond slim, like Shelley Duvall type slim. And she was wearing this like skin tight cat suit. I've still got a video of it somewhere, her dancing in that on Halloween. Pretty sure that was last Halloween. Could have been the year before. Anyway, yeah, the party tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not 100% sure I'm as ready for it as I need to be. I'm having some issues with my computer, and at least I fired it up today. I fired it up a couple days ago, but it's been shut off for quite a while, and I had it powered up for a little bit, but I hardly used it. And prior to that, it had been sitting in a suitcase since the gig that I did, which lasted all of 2 weeks. The gig that I did over at Royale Lounge. Now, as I recall, everything worked really good when I was at Royale Lounge. The problems I seem to be having now And I do think it was a bit of an issue when I was at Royale Lounge. My left mouse button, main mouse button, seems to be not really working correctly. And more likely than not, that's just an issue of opening it up and cleaning it, although it might be more practical to just grab a different mouse. The question is, do I have a different mouse that's like ready and available and a decent quality mouse? I don't know, but I've got about an hour or so to sort that out. I'm supposed to start the party at 6. Usually it takes me about 30-35 minutes to get there. I mean, it's Saturday, so there shouldn't be too much traffic getting out to North Scottsdale. And 4:01 right now. I love how right after the legal ID, they always say the time on KWSS. I find myself wanting to call KWSS KFMA, and that's just because there's so many similarities between KWSS and KFMA. Oh shit, there's an Obama phone tent on the left. You know, if I wasn't so pressed for time right now, trying to get everything ready for this party tonight, I would straight up go just drop what I'm doing and go get Michelle. And we wasted so much time, and I think she was uncomfortable in my car, and I can't blame her. It's hot in my car. I'm gonna see if I can get some contact information from this guy real quick, because most of the guys that do this, give out the Obama phones, they're independent contractors. They work for themselves, and they decide where to set up the tents and stuff. Because she was talking about, you know, websites and government agencies and stuff to let them know where the people are at. And I told her, yeah, it doesn't work that way, because I'm aware it doesn't work that way. And so many of the people that are in assistance programs and they're trying to help people that need these programs, they don't understand that it doesn't work that way. It works this way. You just gotta see them in the hood. Please walk faster, lady. And of course, they're set up in a place where there's really nowhere to park, because people that go to these things and get these phones most of the time are on foot. So I'm gonna park right here so I'm not blocking their air pump. And I will be right back. Well, I did sit. Oh, god damn it. Trying to retrieve my phone to see what the hell time it was, and it slipped under the box of recycling on the right where I was having trouble getting it out. So 4:07 p.m. right now, and I talked to the guy that's giving out the phones, and he said that most everybody now, instead of setting up the tents like that they just drive around, and that he doesn't like driving around. So I don't know, it seemed kind of bizarre to me, but he did say he regularly sets up there, that he's there, tried to say like he's there all the time. I'm pretty sure we drove that street, me and Michelle, yesterday, although I'm not sure if we went up that section of 32nd Street. Now I'm thinking a little more closely about it. I don't think we actually drove that stretch of 32nd Street. I know we went down, we went down Van Buren, and I think we ended up cutting north on 24th Street as opposed to 32nd Street. Anyway, I was hoping he would give me his contact information. That way I could give him a call when I could catch up with Michelle and find out, if he's there, exactly where he is. But apparently that's his corner, and he's good to set up there. It's been so dang long since I've come here, I forgot how I needed to pull up to be able to reach the stupid keypad. Almost forgot how to use it. Made a mistake trying to put my damn code in. Anyway, I mean, things are going amazing with Priscilla and I, but I still legitimately want to help Michelle out and help her get a phone. That seems to be, she doesn't seem to think it's what's holding her back more than anything, but I as someone who's been kind of where she's at, trying to get myself together, I think more than anything else, her lack of a phone and a phone number is what's holding her back. Now, she told me, oh yeah, you can just get a hold of me by calling the office where I'm living, but I just tried calling the office. I got a voicemail that said something about calls being returned within 24 hours. So yeah, not a functional way to reach her. She really needs her own phone. There are so many things that you just can't do in the modern world right now without having your own phone. I mean, so many potential employers and ways to work require logging in on a smartphone. A lot of identity verification involves having a phone. You know, most things you can't even fill out if you don't have a phone number. And a lot of it requires that it be a mobile phone number that you can receive a code at and then return the code. So, I can't believe we drove around as long as we did yesterday and didn't see a tent anywhere giving away Obama phones. I forget the name of the company he's with. It's not one I'm familiar with, but anyway, yay, found an Obama phone distributor, and I didn't even look to see what kind of phones he had or anything. It's the same kind of program. I'm sure it's a shitty ass phone. They're always shitty ass phones. I got really lucky with Obama Phone 3, and that one didn't even from one of those tents. Obama Phone 3 was the first one that I received in the mail. So but yeah, I'm not trying to get Michelle one through the mail. She doesn't have that much time to wait, and I'm questioning how reliable her mail delivery is, or where she's at. Anyway, I need to get my ass going, working on my recycling, so I can get back home and sort out all the issues with my computer. It's 4:27 p.m. and holy crap, am I hot and sweaty and gross. And I took a really nice shower over at Priscilla's place so I could be clean for this party. But oh well, God, I really, really wish I had time to... This is the most progress, by the way, I've made at cleaning my car since, I want to say in like a year, but you know, I used to be able to do that code, the gate code thing, just completely by muscle memory. I just put my arm out and just bip, 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 and be done. Actually, I had to look at the props because it wasn't working for me right there. Not that it wasn't working, just the muscle memory's a little dated because I have not been coming in here. I've just been coming here to pay my bill. It's been definitely over a month since I've had the, oh, there was Bev. I don't think she even saw me. Which is fine. I don't have time to talk to Bev, unfortunately. But yeah, it feels like it's been over a month since I've had keys and been able to even access the inside of any of my units. Speaking of muscle memory working, it's been a long time since I've had this keychain handy, and by this keychain I mean the one I was talking about that's storage and stuff on it, and a lot of keys that are very similar on it, and I went right to the key that felt like the right key for that storage unit, and it was on the first try. Click, click, I was in. So that's nice. Didn't waste time on that. Oh, there's so many lane restrictions right now going on around McDowell and 44th Street. Shortly before I left Priscilla's place, I was showing her the aerial view on Google Maps of where I work in the rental car center, just to give her a better perspective on what a big project moving all the recalled Ford Explorers was, because I've been telling her about that for a couple of days, and it's probably boring to most people that watch my vlog, but that's the single biggest side project I think I've ever, in fact, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that is the single biggest side project that I've had in the entire time I've had that job. And what made it such a big task is just how far it was from where those vehicles were stored to where they were going. I do believe northbound 44th Street didn't have any lane restrictions, so I think I'll be okay to go this direction. So as I was showing, I hate waiting at that red light there. That's way too long of a red light. And let's not forget, one time when I was at that red light going southbound, some asshole plowed into me and damaged the shit out of my car and then disappeared and had no license plate, so I had no way of identifying who the hell it was. So, yeah, I'm a little skittish about being stuck at that red light. So I had it out so Priscilla and I could look at it. The Google Maps aerial photograph view of where I work, so I could show her just what a long distance it is from where the Ford Explorers were to where they were going to be serviced, to have the repair done that takes care of the safety recall from last summer. Anyway, as I was looking at that, of course it opened in just regular map plus traffic view of where I was at, which was Priscilla's apartment, and I was astonished. I guess I shouldn't have been astonished because of all the lane restrictions that are going on that I got a healthy dose of yesterday, but it was still surprising to open that and see on an early Saturday afternoon the amount of congestion on McDowell and on southbound 40th Street. It does look like yeah, it looks like they've eliminated the lane restrictions on southbound 44th Street now, but I don't think they were eliminated at 1:30 this afternoon. So I really, really wish I had time to go to a car wash and just go through all the garbage that's in this car and throw it away, but as close as it is to 4:30 right now, I really don't have the time to handle that. So I just need to get home, resolve the mouse situation with my computer, and get this car at least organized to get all the equipment that I need to move. Plus I need to break down and pack up all my stuff. I have my microphones all unpacked, and it's not that I'm using them, but I was planning on putting together a full-on karaoke system in my living room to have friends come by, and so I could also maybe record some cover songs, but I never got that finished, unfortunately. But I do have that stuff out, and I need to pack that up, so a little bit of extra work I got to deal with right now. But the mouse situation is pretty dire. I don't think I can run this gig tonight with the mouse the way it is right now. I'm having a lot of problems just doing things as simple as clicking and dragging, and yeah, it's something I got to resolve, like within the next half hour. So hopefully I got enough. I did pull in it. Really, dude? You thought that was clear? What an asshole. Because people just don't like to wait when they don't have the right of way until the road is clear. That was ridiculous. Not that it slowed me down much, but really, I had the right of way. I'm going on a through street, and that asshole in the Buick just pulled out right in front of me. But yeah, there was a lot of recycling in this car. I mean, even before I lost my key, I hadn't been really diligent about going, just mostly because it was so goddamn hot and I was working all the time. I haven't been that diligent about going over to my storage to unload the recycling out of the car, and made a lot of space in the car just getting that all out of the car. But yeah, if I was able to, if I had the time to go to a car wash, I mean, I guess I could put some stuff in the dumpster here, but I need to not get sidetracked by that. Kicked up some dust in the car, dang. The most important thing I need to do is right now is get my computer ready to run this gig tonight, because I got roughly and get it packed up. I've got roughly about a half hour, 45 minutes to handle that in. I did get my monitor that I've been using for gigging, which is a little bit smaller than the one I use at home, and the keyboard I've been using for gigging, which seems to have developed a crack and a chip in it. It shouldn't affect performance, but wow, I hadn't noticed that damage before. Also, I already got my speaker tripods loaded. I brought them out when I came out to the car last time. So, yeah, this is progress. This is good. Just got to keep at it.